Today is the 10-year anniversary from when the Lindbergh baby was kidnapped.
Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr. was kidnapped from his nursery on March 1st, 1932, around 9 p.m.
His dad was a famous pilot that got big when he made the first solo transatlantic airplane flight in 1927.
His mom was an American author who wrote more than 20 books.
Charles lived in East Amwell, New Jersey when he was kidnapped.
When Charles was kidnapped, he was in his nursery, and the police knew he got kidnapped because of a ladder and muddy footprints near the nursery.
Charles was only 20 months old when he was kidnapped. The Lindbergh family went through a lot when their baby was taken.
The family of Charles received multiple ransom notes from who they think was a German immigrant named Bruno Richard Hauptmann.
The first ransom note that they received was when they found Charles kidnapped.
The ransom note was in Charles's empty bedroom on the night he was kidnapped.
When they received the second ransom note, it was on March 6, 1932. The note had told Charles's family that the kidnapper wanted $70,000.
The third ransom note was delivered to Colonel Lindbergh's attorney on March 8th.
The ransom note informed the Charles's family that the intermediary appointed by the Lindberghs would not be accepted and requesting a note in a newspaper. On the same day, Dr. John F. Condon from Bronx, New York City, a retired school principal, published in the Bronx Home News an offer as a go-between to pay an additional $1,000 ransom.
The following day, the fourth ransom note was received by Dr. Condon, which indicated he would be acceptable as a go-between. This was approved by Colonel Lindbergh. March 10, 1932, Dr. Condon received $70,000 in cash as ransom and immediately started negotiations for payment through newspaper columns using the code word Joffsey.
These ransom notes went on for about a month, and the final price for the baby was $50,000.
Unfortunately, on March 12, 1932, the body of the kidnapped baby was accidentally found, partly buried and badly decomposed, about 4.5 miles southeast of the Lindbergh's home, 45 feet from the highway near Mount Rose, New Jersey, in Mercer County.
Then, after 2 years of looking, the police finally found a suspect.
On September 18, 1934, Bruno Richard Hauptmann was taken into custody for the kidnapping and murder of Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr.
Hauptmann was caught because on September 15, 1934, a bank teller realized that the serial number on a $10 gold certificate deposited by a gas station was on the list of the Lindbergh ransom bills. On the bill's margin, the attendant had written the license plate number on a customer's car, which turned out to be Hauptmann's. Hauptmann was placed under surveillance by the New York City Police Department, New Jersey State Police, and the FBI.
So then on September 19th, Hauptmann realized he was being watched and attempted to escape, speeding and running through red lights. He was captured after finding himself blocked by a truck on Park Avenue, just north of Chapman Avenue in the Bronx.
The trial of Hauptmann began on January 3, 1935 at Flemington, New Jersey, and lasted 5 weeks. The case against him was based on circumstantial evidence. More evidence was recovered during the trial.
Evidence against Hauptmann included $14,600 of the ransom money found in his garage, testimony alleging handwriting and spelling similarities to that found on the ransom note, and testimony that lumber used in constructing the ladder probably originated in Hauptmann's house.
He said that the money that he had received from the ransom notes was from a friend and that he was only holding it for him and that he had no connection to the crime.
Plus, Condon's address and telephone number were found written on the inside of one of Hauptmann's closets, what appeared to be a hand-drawn sketch of a ladder found in one of Hauptmann's notebooks. Experts retained by the defense were never called to testify.
On February 13, 1935, the jury returned a verdict. Hauptmann was guilty of first-degree murder.
Hauptmann was sentenced with death. Yes, you heard me right. He was going to die.
So on April 3, 1936, at 8:47 p.m., Bruno Richard Hauptmann was electrocuted to death.
So now you might think that Bruno is guilty, but all the evidence that pointed towards him being guilty is cloudy.
Also, right before he died, he said that he was innocent.
Some other theories on who could have killed and kidnapped Charles are
that the butler did it for the money because the Lindbergh family was not paying him well.
Another theory is that Charles Lindbergh, the baby's dad, kidnapped him. The baby appeared to have been afflicted with a rickets-like condition that affected the development of strong bones. He required mega doses of vitamin D and daily exposure to a sunlight kept cribside. He also had hammer toe on his left foot, a large cranium, and an unfused skull bone. And I think this is not important, but some people think that Charles Lindbergh, the dad, felt like that taking care of the baby was too much work.
Some evidence that points to him doing that is that the famous father took personal charge of many aspects of the investigation. He isolated household staff who may have had knowledge of his son's medical conditions from questioning by authorities, including J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. Also, following a courtesy autopsy, he ordered the body cremated and the ashes scattered.
Some people think that the kidnapping went too far and that his child died on the rainy and windy night of the abduction from his home on March 1st, 1932. That day also marks the first time that Lindbergh inevitably missed a public speaking engagement. He came home from New York where he worked instead of going to a dinner where he was to speak.
So that was the Lindbergh baby case summarized for you.
If you want more information on the case, there are many articles online about it that you can read.
We know this is a very heavy topic.
So we'll be back after the commercial break with some lighthearted news.